Welcome to 3D Amazon FBA. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about setting goals and do a real quick overview of 2020. See what I plan on doing for myself personally in the new year. Right now I'm on vacation. I'm in Panama City Beach in Florida. Me and my kids, we've been here for a few days. We just flew in 3 days ago. Been having a good time. Had some bumps in the road, things you can't really control, but we're having a good vacation anyways. So 2020 for me personally was a good year, despite the craziness going out in the world. I took, I think, about 2 months vacation. I took my girlfriend to Portland and Idaho this year. I'm in Florida now. Took my kids to Colorado. I went to Louisville for a week on vacation. I had a lot of good times. And besides Portland, they're all places I've never been before, and I just love going places I've never been. So it's amazing I've been able to do this, and quite frankly, it's because of Amazon that I'm able to. Because when you're working a regular 9-to-5 job, you get a week vacation every year, maybe 2 weeks if you're lucky, and and that's really all you get. And I could literally just pick up and go wherever I want. Yeah, I took my kids to Utah too. I wanted to go visit my aunt, and I just kind of woke up one day and I was like, I'm gonna go visit my aunt next week. Working a regular job, you can't really do stuff like that. So Amazon's been a huge blessing just in my ability to be able to go experience life whenever I kind of feel like it. I've made 3 times as much money this in 2020 than I have in any point in time in my entire life. I'm going to go over to Inventory Lab to kind of show you guys whenever I'm going over my 2021 goals. I haven't really thought too hard on it. 2021, I am going to buy my house in a few months. I want to do my taxes the actual day I'm allowed to, so I get the ball rolling. My lease is up in the house I'm renting now, I think in June. So I definitely have to be out by then. I don't want to extend my lease or anything like that. So that's just going to be awesome to be able to be a homeowner again. Because I had to sell my house when I got divorced a few years ago, which was a bummer, but life goes on. And actually the money from that is how I was able to get really started on Amazon. That's how I got my initial funds to start my Amazon business. So it was a blessing in disguise. I wouldn't be here in front of you right now if I didn't have to sell my house. But so that was really good as well. But in 2020, I made about $95,000. I still have to finish going through my shrink. I've gone through 10 months of shipments, and that was actually a blessing too. Finally going through all of that, because I hate going through it. It's so tedious to me, and finding receipts. But Amazon reimbursed me. I don't know total. I didn't do total, but well over $1,000 worth of product Amazon lost. I was able to get them to reimburse me on. I still need to do November, December. I still had a couple shipments that were pending, so I didn't do those months yet, because I didn't want to forget to go through those months to calculate my shrink and everything. And I still have March through December to go through for things I had Amazon just throw away for one reason or another, whether it was damaged or damaged product or whatever, customer returns, stuff like that. So I still got about 10 months to go through of that, but that doesn't look like it hit too much into my profits. So I'm thinking absolute worst case scenario, I made about $94,000 in 2020, which is crazy. Whenever I started selling on Amazon 3 years ago, I was like, the people I was learning from, they're like, oh, if you do $30,000 in sales a month, you make about $3,000 to $4,000. And I was okay. So that was my goal. I was like, wow, that'd be great if I can do this and just do $360,000 in sales, make $3,000 to $4,000 a month would be just fantastic. And obviously I went way beyond that in just a short amount of time. I took some calculated risks, took out a business loan and stuff like that. So I did take risks, but I knew I'd be able to make money. I know what I'm doing. I've learned a lot. I don't really make too many buying mistakes. I make a few here and there. Everybody does. You can't actually, 100% accurately predict the future, as far as what other resellers will do and what markets will do. But, if you use Keepa, you learn the Amazon rankings and stuff like that. It's almost guaranteed doing the things that I've been teaching on my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I would strongly recommend going through my older videos because it's the information there. I tell you exactly what I do in order to grow my business. Like I don't hold anything back. I don't keep any secrets. I'll even tell you guys where I buy stuff and whatever. So now that I'm done rambling, but yes, 2020 was great for me. I'm going to shoot over to Inventory Lab, and I'll show you guys like where I did what I did in 2020. All right, so here we are at Inventory Lab, and this is yearly 2020, as you can tell up here, and you can see, this is my P&L statement. This is exactly, what I've done. And so you can see here my total net profit is $95,590. I still need to finish going through my shrink, but I'd be surprised if I fall under 95,000 on shrink. So I'm thinking for 2021, I'm just going to set like a $550,000 revenue goal, sales goal. That would probably be about what I could handle. I'm going to try to do more tactical arbitrage to save me time from shopping, and I can actually prep that stuff, fairly easy. As it comes in, I can prep, 10 items from this store, 20 items from this store, things like that. I've already been buying more stuff from tactical arbitrage. I have several boxes waiting for me at home. Actually, I have enough stuff in my garage. It's an entire shipment because I went shopping to get ready for my trip and found a bunch of stuff to sell while I was out because I'm always sourcing. Doesn't matter. If I go to a store, I'm sourcing something. So here in January, 42,000. I'd probably stay about flat there. According to Inventory Lab, which is about 300 orders behind because I have 300 orders pending from Amazon at the moment. I have $40,000 worth of inventory, so I should be able to at least match this. Hopefully I'll go a little bit higher, but I think a modest goal is to kind of match my January. February, with the amount of inventory I have, the amount of money I have to spend on inventory, because I have, I think, over $12,000 pending payment to me from Amazon. This I should most definitely just get this up to like $40,000 or more in the month of February. It is kind of hard to source through the month of January. That is what it is. But I should definitely blow away February. The same with March. From what I've been able to do, as you can see, ever since April of last year, I've done pretty much 40,000 to 50,000. Of course, December, I went well beyond that. And I slipped up a little bit in September and August. So I'm thinking I'll do like another $10,000 here, $5,000 here. Here we go in the summer months. And the things, and a lot of that I made was grocery, because people were on lockdown and people were afraid to leave their house. So, grocery like skyrocketed for me in the months of May, specifically April and May. But we're heading into the summer months there, and I'm just going to go crazy getting all the summer stuff I possibly can. And, my sales should definitely jump in there. And, I figure I'll kind of be stagnant the rest of the months. And it really just depends upon what's out in the stores. 2021, I expect to be completely different than 2020. because I don't think the lockdowns are going to be as severe across the country. Things should eventually lighten up, I hope. So it's really hard to say because last year was just completely different than anything we've probably ever experienced in our lives as far as shopping patterns. So I'm kind of hoping to stay stagnant in these months where I'm having $40,000-$50,000 and just do minimum of 40,000 every single month. That's kind of what I'm going to be pushing for. So I'm going to go for like $550,000 in sales. Would be great. I'm extremely ecstatic that I was actually able to get more money reimbursed to me than I actually, paid out in refunds. $20,000 reimbursed to me through Amazon, and that's for stuff that was lost, damaged, some customer returns I got reimbursed on, stuff they never received that I sent them. That's what probably about half of this was in December. So it was great being able to get my money back on stuff that Amazon lost. So hopefully this number will be lower and these figures come up here to my revenue line. But if Amazon loses the stuff, I'm glad I was able to get most of my money back. I mean, there was times I wasn't able to get money back, but I'm glad I was able to get that much money back. You can see I spent almost $200,000 in goods sold. It's crazy to think that I spent $189,000 on product to sell on Amazon. And actually, I have, going off Inventory Lab again, I have $10,000 more product in my store today than I had at the start of 2020. So that, already I have a leap ahead. But yes, I spent $189,000 on product I sold last year. Now on to the Amazon fees. Paid Amazon a ton of money. It's no wonder why Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world. So my selling fees, this is the first commission that they charge. I paid them $70,000. And then for transaction fees, which is like fulfillment fees, gift wrapping chargeback, and shipping chargebacks, I paid Amazon another $136,813. Yeah, it's just crazy how much money we paid off to Amazon. And then here we go with storage fees, removal fees. I'm not going to add in shipping fees because that actually goes to UPS. But yes, I paid UPS $11,000 in 2020. And then customer returns, because Amazon does charge you when customers return product. So that was $500, then like $44.80, $94.40, and then $2,404. So I paid Amazon $210,325.52 just to those three line items there. I mean, even here's refund administration fees, so there's even more. Amazon subscriptions, another $400. Amazon definitely makes their money off us. So once you factor in another $1,000 there, over 40% of my revenue went to Amazon, which is just crazy. I only spent $1,000 in boxes, which I think is pretty close to what I spent in 2019. Considering my business grew substantially, I consider that a huge win to only spend $1,000 on boxes, considering how much stuff I ship out. Diamond labels, another expense you can't avoid. Inventory Lab is totally worth the $540 I spent. On the program is absolutely amazing. I do 100% of my accounting and shipping prep through Inventory Lab. Totally worth it. Keepa, I don't even use Keepa that much, but I like having it. Once if I start doing more technical arbitrage, which I do want to do. I said the same thing in 2019 or for 2020. I was saying the same thing, and I really didn't use tactical arbitrage as much as I should have. But Keepa is essential, especially if you're going to do tactical arbitrage or online arbitrage. Keepa is essential. You must have it. I don't know how you would run your business without it. Polybags I spend a lot of money on polybags, but again, selling groceries, selling apparel is something you absolutely have to have. Rev sellers, an annual fee I pay. And what Rev Seller is, let me show you guys what Rev Seller is. I like it, and again, I don't use it as much as I really could be using it, but I think it's essential if you are actually going to be doing online arbitrage in any way, shape, or form. So I'll show you guys what Rev Seller is. So this is a Rev Seller add-on. I pay $100 a year for this. So here it tells you your cost. You type in like your buy cost, like say $21. It'll tell you your net profit, your return on investment, your profit margin. It tells you the sales rank right here, your 90-day average price, your 90-day sales rank. This is just a real quick example to show you guys what it is. I love it because it gives you all the information you want right as soon as you hop on the page. So I think this is essential for me personally. So let's see what else we got here. Here's my shrink, $2,500 in shrink, which compared to my revenue, those numbers are extremely low. I still got about 10 more months that I need to go through, various ways. So this number will most definitely go up. I'd really be surprised if it goes much higher than $3,000 though. I'm really good about managing my shrink. And I am being honest with this. Like whenever I have toys that are returned, I do take those out and I give them to my kids. I'm not adding that into my shrink. It just seems kind of shady to me to keep the stuff, because it's supposed to be thrown away. And, I like being honest and stuff with everything that I do. So I'm not, any toys that I take out and I give to my kids, I'm not adding that to my shrink total. So, that's just how I'm running my business. My internet, tape, another thing that you just have to pay. My cell phone was $1,600. So, of course, my cell phone's going on here. I paid UPS $255 to come pick up product from my house, which it is what it is. My shipments have been so big, it would take me 2 to 3 trips in my SUV to be able to go drop off at UPS. So it's worth paying $11 a week is typically what I pay to get UPS to come pick up stuff at my house. Let me see. Uline delivery, that's having bubble wrap delivered to me. I bought an air conditioner for my garage because where I live it gets to about 110 degrees. Air conditioner is essential. What else is on here? This is for my business email account. That's what I use when I contact anybody for IP complaints, or if I'm trying to request wholesale accounts. It is very important that you use a professional email address, in my opinion. And here's tactical arbitrage, $672. So all my taxes got paid out from Amazon, which is good. $2,300 in mileage. It is what it is. So that's a breakdown of all my expenses this year. My expenses were pretty high. Actually, all things considered, they were not. You want your net profit to be around 16 to 20%. That seems to be where most people hover. I'm right there in the middle at 18.35% of my net income. I'm extremely happy with that. Like in 2019, we can go back and look here, and you'll see this green bar will drop once it loads. You see I was at 14.23% in 2019. my reimbursements were way low. I probably lost out on a ton of money, stuff that they lost and things like that. My revenue went up literally $200,000 from 2019 to 2020. But see, I probably lost a lot of money here. So you can see my items were more profitable because my cost of goods only went up $65,000, but yet my revenue went up $200,000. And the biggest change I made was getting into grocery. That was an amazing decision that I made. So 2020 was a huge success for me. I had credit card interest that I paid out in 2019. I was able to pay off my credit cards completely. You can see right here is when I stopped paying credit card interest. Haven't paid a dime since. So being able to pay off my credit cards was amazing. I still use them for every purchase I make, except now the credit card companies pay me and I'm not paying them because, like cash rewards and stuff like that. So, 2020 was absolutely amazing. I'm going to kill it in 2020. Keep watching my videos. I'll make sure I do everything I can to teach you guys, give you guys tips, so that way you kill it as well. So thanks for watching my video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and have an amazing new year.